User BillyGolf shared a video of a girl who was recording herself practicing a dance routine for her social media profile. However, during the video, a dark figure appeared to pass by in the background. Upon closer inspection, it appeared to be a semi-transparent entity. The person who recorded the video claimed to have been alone at the time, but there is no certainty about that. In the past, there have been several instances where seemingly creepy TikTok videos turned out to be staged or fake. Therefore, it's difficult to determine whether the figure captured in this video is real or not. Peptaro shared a CCTV recording that was captured in a local pub after closing hours. The pub is located in a centuries-old building, and many customers have reported strange occurrences, such as glasses being knocked off tables and sudden gusts of wind. Ghost stories are not uncommon in this location. However, on this particular night, the security guard noticed that something more unusual seemed to be happening beyond just poltergeist activity. A dark, shadowy figure was seen hovering behind the pub counter, seemingly operating the beer dispenser and distributing glasses. The owner of the pub suspects that the entity could be a former employee. Some people have suggested that it might just be a bug or some other explanation, but the owner believes this is unlikely. It remains unclear what the true nature of the shadowy figure captured in the video is. The next video features a young man who was recording inside a hospital room at night. He was alone at the time. The full backstory of this video was featured on DKV.
Se trata de una grabación realizada al interior de una clínica y registrada justo por un joven quien estando internado completamente solo en la habitación sentía como si alguien o algo tiraba de su sábana. Y comenzó a documentar lo que le estaba sucediendo. Jamás se imaginó que momentos después sucedería algo sumamente escalofriante. Por favor, muy atentos.
It seems that in the video, something was pulling the young man's sheets. The identity of the entity that caused this strange occurrence remains unknown, making it a bizarre and unsettling experience.
Ser testigos efectivamente de cómo algo pareciera jalar su sábana. El movimiento repentino de aquel vaso.
We saw the glass.
No obstante, esto no era lo más escalofriante. Y es que quizá no lo notaste, pero justo en el momento en el que aquel vaso se mueve, algo escalofriante logra verse en segundo plano. Por favor, muy atentos.
It's unclear if the entity that pulled the young man's sheets was a woman or if it was a patient who was responsible for the strange activity.
Un extraño rostro parecía estarlo vigilando desde la oscuridad de la habitación. Habitación en la que cabe señalar es donde más fallecimientos de pacientes se han registrado.
Regardless, the experience was undoubtedly creepy and left many unanswered questions. Now, we are accompanying Hunting Unknown as he visits an alleged haunted convent dating back to the 1800s. The establishment was operated by nuns until the late 1900s when it was ultimately closed down. However, some urban explorers insist that they've witnessed shadows and overheard conversations, despite no other presence being detected. Let's see what he comes across tonight.
That's creepy, mate, like that.
A dark figure draped in a cloak is present in the room to the right. Strangely enough, the man did not mention this figure even after editing the video, leading people to speculate that this could be a genuine capture. Some speculate whether the man had someone with him, or if it was the spirit of one of the deceased nuns. Opinions vary, but regrettably, there has never been a definitive answer to this question. What are your thoughts on this matter? Next up is a chilling dashcam incident shared by a young man who was heading home from work at night. He had to go through a desolate road that cuts through a forest, and numerous legends recount various spirits that wander on this land, hoping to hitch a ride. The man was spooked to such an extent that he had to pause his driving briefly after going through the forest. A woman dressed in white stands in the middle of the road, prompting the driver to bring the car to a halt. As she disappears, it seems as if she swept herself underneath the vehicle, fell backward, and created a strange disruption with the dashcam. Some speculate that this distortion was edited into the footage to mask a cut, but if not, the encounter could be a chilling encounter with a ghost. The video being shared was originally posted by Fuccillo and forwarded by Ninten. It features footage recorded by a young man inside an old house where he recently moved in. Initially, he didn't pay much attention to the strange occurrences happening on an almost daily basis, such as loud noises and falling objects that could have rational explanations. However, when he started seeing the shadow of a child from time to time, he realized that something else was at play. The man doesn't own any pets, so the recorded events lack a logical explanation. The cameraman is quite startled by a peculiar groaning sound that can be heard, but it's difficult to determine its exact source due to the noise from the fan and the cars outside. The video captures what appears to be a set of eyes, which is an unusual sighting given that the cameraman claims not to have any pets. However, whether or not to believe the authenticity of this sighting is subjective. In addition to the eyes, there is something else that seems to be concealed behind the sofa chair, but it's difficult to identify with certainty. It's unclear if this could be indicative of a genuine haunting or not, and would require further investigation to determine. Domedios, a user, documented the following recordings. The recordings capture strange events that have been happening to him ever since he moved into a new apartment. Doors moving on their own and unexplained noises are some of the unusual occurrences he has been experiencing. On the night of the recording, Domedios started filming these events. Interestingly, the bathroom appears to be the room where most of these incidents occur.
Buddy in here. Hello? I swear you bet. Hello? You better not be pranking me right now. Oh! Guys, you literally won't believe this. I literally just had that door thing happening. And now I have that happening. There is nobody in there. And now I have my lights going on and off when I'm trying to sleep. This is absolutely ridiculous. This has been happening for the past 5 minutes. And like, how is anybody supposed to sleep? What the?
However, the most terrifying encounter was about to occur.
Hello? Hey guys, just waking up, getting ready for work, and here we go once again. Got this door moving, got the bathroom door moving. Hey, please stop, spirits, please. I'm actually, like, honestly scared to go check right now, because what if something's like... Oh! Please stop. Please.
When Domedios woke up in the middle of the night and heard strange noises coming from the bathroom, as he had before, what followed was the unfolding of a frightening event. He noticed that there was a figure standing in front of the closet. It is widely believed by many that this was a negative entity that took pleasure in playing pranks on him in that specific location. The situation was without a doubt very eerie.